Nikki Studios here, and today I'm going to read Frozen 1 Part 2 Chapter 4 from my last video. On the morning of Elsa's coronation, the heavy gates to the castle were finally opened. All of Arendelle wanted to celebrate the grand occasion. The streets in front of the castle were crowded with townspeople eager to see the new queen. To add to the excitement, the fjord was filled with ships from other kingdoms, bringing dignitaries from far away. One by one, important people stepped onto Arendelle's docks. "Welcome to our humble Arendelle," the royal handler called to the visitors. One of the visiting dignitaries was the Duke of Weselton, a small man with white whiskers. Two huge guards followed close behind him, carrying his luggage. "Ah, Arendelle, our most mysterious trade partner," the Duke said breezily. "Open those gates so I may unlock your secrets and exploit your riches." In the distance, Kristoff was making his way down a mountain path. Now grown up and strong, he and Sven had become true ice harvesters, masters at hauling ice blocks down the mountain. To Kristoff, the coronation was a perfect opportunity to sell ice to the crowd to fill Arendelle. "A coronation on a hot July day. Do you know what that means?" he asked Sven, who was harnessed to their rickety ice cart. The reindeer raised his eyebrows. Sven couldn't talk, but that wasn't a problem for Kristoff. He often spoke for Sven, changing his voice to sound deeper and more reindeer-y. "I sure do, Kristoff," he declared as Sven. "By noon I'm gonna smell like a barrel of rabid skunks." "Yes, you will," Kristoff said, talking normally again. He grinned. "But also people will be needing ice, lots of ice." He pulled Sven's rope and the two continued down into the town. For Anna, the new people and the excitement were a dream come true. For the first time in years, every door in Arendelle was open. No one was shutting her out. She burst through the busy courtyard in front of the castle and practically skipped into town. People everywhere were getting ready for the coronation. She saw banners and a maypole and flowers, all celebrating her sister, the new queen. There were dancing groups, musical bands, and food stalls. Everything looked so interesting. "I can't wait to meet everyone," Anna exclaimed out loud. Then she stopped short as a thought occurred to her. What if I meet the one? Anna knew she wasn't likely to meet someone special, especially since the castle gates would be open for one day only, exactly 24 hours. Still, she couldn't help daydreaming just a bit. Today might be her only chance to meet new friends, have new experiences, and maybe, just maybe, find love. In her room upstairs in the castle, Elsa did not share the happiness that pulsed through the kingdom. She worried about controlling her powers and hoped she could just get through the ceremony without anyone learning about her magic. As a test, she slipped off her gloves and picked up a candlestick and a little jar from the table. She concentrated, holding both with her bare hands. "Be the good girl," Elsa whispered to herself. "Make one wrong move and everyone will know." She was nervous. As she stood there, ice formed on her palms and moved onto the objects, turning them to ice. She hurriedly dropped them and tugged her gloves back on, concealing her hands and her icy magic. "It's only for today," Elsa reminded herself. After that, the gates would be closed again and she could go back into hiding. Chapter 5. In the streets below, Anna was strolling dreamily around the harbor, watching the ships and imagining all the fun the coronation party would bring. For once, it wouldn't matter that Elsa didn't want to spend time with her, because she'd be spending time with everyone else. Anna rounded a corner and suddenly, smack! A horse bumped into her. Caught by surprise, Anna lost her balance and stumbled, falling into a small rowboat on the dock. The boat tipped precariously towards the water. Luckily, the horse came forward and placed its hoof on the end of the boat to keep it from sliding into the harbor. "Hey!" Anna exclaimed in surprise, looking up at the horse and its rider. "I'm so sorry," the rider said. "Are you hurt?" "No, I'm okay," she managed to say. She couldn't help noticing that the rider was very handsome. "Are you sure?" the young man asked. He hopped off his horse. He was tall and sharply dressed in a fancy uniform. He looked very concerned about her welfare. Yeah, I just wasn't looking where I was going, Anna said. She smiled. But I'm great, actually. Oh, thank goodness, the stranger said, smiling. He stepped into the little boat and extended his hand to Anna. When their eyes met, a happy charge of excitement passed between them. The young man smiled. Prince Hans of the Southern Isles, he said, introducing himself. Anna stood up and curtsied. Princess Anna of Arendelle, she replied. Princess? He responded, horrified. My lady. He dropped to one knee and bowed his head. His horse also dropped to one knee. Immediately, the little boat tipped backwards, and Hans tumbled on top of Anna. They both giggled awkwardly. Hi again, Anna said. The prince's face was just inches from hers. Apparently realizing his mistake, the horse slammed its hoof back down on the boat. Anna and Hans fell the opposite way. This time, Anna landed on top of Hans. Oh boy, Hans said, embarrassed. Ha, this is awkward, Anna said, acknowledging their positions. Not that you're awkward, she said, trying to cover her embarrassment. Just that because I'm awkward, she said. You're gorgeous. Her hand flew to her mouth. What? Had she just said that out loud? Wait, what? Hans jumped to his feet, quickly regaining a royal posture. I'd like to formally apologize for hitting the Princess of Arendelle with my horse, and for every moment after, he added. No, Anna said. It's fine. I'm not that princess. I mean, if you'd hit my sister Elsa, this would be... She paused for a moment. Yeesh. Because, Anna patted the horse, trying to recover her rambling thoughts. Hello, she said to the horse. She turned back to Hans and offered him a princess grin. But lucky for you, it's just me. Just you, Hans said. A warm smile spread across his face. Anna couldn't help smiling back. All of a sudden, the castle bells began to peal. The bells, she cried. The coronation. I'd better go, she said. She hopped off the boat onto the pier and waved. Bye. Hans waved back. Even the horse waved, lifting his hoof off the boat for a moment. Unfortunately, that caused the boat's weight to shift again. Oh no, Hans said. The boat flipped off the dock, and Hans fell into the water with a splash. Lifting the boat off his head, Hans peeked from the water and watched Anna run through the streets towards the castle. He grinned as he thought about his wonderful chance meeting with the beautiful princess. Soon, the people of Arendelle, along with dignitaries from around the land, were making their way into the royal church for Elsa's coronation. Kristoff, however, was far away in a corner of the town. He had sold all his ice and was now busy bargaining for a brand new sled. Watch this, Sven, Kristoff called as he played around with the sled's new special features, which allowed it to switch between runners and wheels. It's a sled, it's a wagon, it's a sled, it's a wagon. The sled salesman looked concerned, as if he was wondering what kind of person would talk to a reindeer. But he wanted to finish the sale. He tried to make small talk as they completed their deal. You sticking around to see the Queen and Princess? He asked Kristoff. Are you kidding? Kristoff replied. I've got a brand new sled with wheels, he grinned. I'm hitting the road. Suit yourself, the man said. I bet they're beautiful. Kristoff didn't even hear the man. He and Sven were already headed back to the mountains with their new sled. And that is where I'll leave. Please like and subscribe to Moogie Studios, and I'll have lots of other videos coming on my channel soon.